Hi lovelies, welcome to today's maths lesson where we're going to be multiplying a 2-digit number by a 3-digit number. The great thing is essentially we're adding in one extra step to what we did on Thursday, Friday. Shouldn't be anything hugely new, so we can just continue to build where we left off. Your arithmetic starter today, rather than kind of the normal layout, is you've got a little bit of revision on multiplying a 3 or a 4-digit number by 1 digit. Have a quick go, pause me, and then I'll reveal the answers. Okay, hopefully you've had a go at those. Here are your answers. If there's any that you didn't quite get right, see if you can see where you went wrong. If you're still not sure, drop me a message. Okay. Next thing, I got a little starter for you just to revisit the 2 by 2 digit learning we did. So there are 4 calculations here. The answer's been done for you. However, 2 of them are incorrect, 2 of them are correct. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is just take a look. It might be that you can look and see straight away where the mistake is. It might be that you need to work them out yourselves. Have a go, which are correct, which are incorrect, and then we'll look together. Okay, so pause me here. Right, hopefully you've had a go. I can reveal that A and D are correct. Those are correct answers there. Okay. Whereas if we look at B and C, I can see, now when I looked, I could see that actually the multiplication step, so 8 times 26 and 10 times 26, had both been done correctly. However, when I looked at the addition, we've got an addition that hasn't been done correctly here. 0 and 6 is 6. Not 0, so it should be 468. Similar on C, except it was a carryover problem over here. So we had the multiplication done fine, addition here fine, addition here we've got 9 and 2 would be 11. They've carried the 1. Then we've got 3 and 1 is 4, but then they haven't added the 1 that they've carried. Remember, I always cross mine out to remind myself that I've done it. So the answer should have been 1,518. Okay. Now today, guys, as I mentioned, we're going to be doing a 2-digit number by a 3-digit number. And we've laid it out here for you. So looking at this, how do you reckon we're going to work it out? If you're saying exactly the same as we would have done with a 2-digit by 2-digit, you're absolutely correct. If you remember this bottom number, we call it the multiplier, and we're multiplying the top number by that. So the fact that the top number's got 3 digits rather than 2 doesn't make any difference to our method, okay? So remember, first step, I'll show you this one. First step, we do the ones. So we're going to do 4 times 263. I'm hoping you can bear with my dodgy handwriting here, guys. So 4 times 263. Let's have a go at that. So 4 times 3 would equal 12. I'm going to carry my 1. 4 times 6 equals 24 plus the 1 would be 25. And I carry my 2. 4 times 2 is 8 plus the 2 would be 10. Put the 0 there. Carry the 1. Haven't got anything else to do, so we've got there. So that's 1,052. Next step is going to be 3, but it's in my 10, so that means 30 times 263. Hopefully you can see, like I said, guys, the way we lay it out, the steps we do, nothing's different. The only difference is we've got a 3rd digit to multiply right at the end. So it's like that mini step added on, yeah? Sorry for I don't know why I'm struggling so much with the mouse today. Remember, hoping you guys know, if it's in the 10s, then I need to do something to make my answer 10 times bigger. 0 holds a place. Epic. Well done. Right, so then 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18. So I put my 8 here. I carry the 1. Oh, if I can write it. 3 times 2 is 6 plus the 1 is 7. And then the final step is just to add them together. So if I do a little add sign here to remind us, 2 at 0 is 2. 5 at 9 is 14. Put the 4 here. Carry the 1. 8 at 0 is 8 plus the 1. Cross it out to remember. Is 9. 1 at 7 is 8. So the answer should be 8,942. Okay, so I'm just going to wiggle these over because I've got a feeling my big old head is in the way. But there we go, that should be right. if you want to now, have a pause of me, have a go at these two questions, and then I will reveal the answers in just a bit, okay? Right, hopefully you've had a go. Hopefully your method looks exactly like mine. You've got the two steps, you've added them together at the end. The answers you should have got should be these. Okay, let me expand them in case that's a bit small for you. There we go. Oh, no, that's not working. 23,604 or 29,140. Okay, right. Hopefully you're feeling good with that. If you're not, perhaps have a little play around. Perhaps make yourself some questions with a 3-digit, a 2-digit. Have another go. If you're ready, though, I'm going to move on to looking at how we would tackle it with some word problems, okay? Exactly the same method. Okay, so a playground is 128 yards by 73 yards. Calculate the area of the playground. Now, that word area is a big clue here. Again, if I were doing a little bit of rucksack, I would highlight my numbers. And I've got the word area. Now remember, what is area? Area is the space within, so like the space something takes up, the area inside the shape, and we find that by multiplying. What two numbers are we going to multiply? You got it, 128 by 73. Now, as we know, multiplication is one of those things, it's commutative. It doesn't matter which way round we do it, but I'm going to put the 3-digit number at the top purely because it's less steps for me and because that's the way I've done with the others. So there we go. Again, want to have a go before I do? Pause me. Ready for me to show the answers. Okay, so first things first, I'm hoping I can fit this in. So 3 times 128. There we go. Cracking. Okay, so 3 times 8, 24. This is why it's so important for us to practice our times tables so often, guys, because it just makes this kind of thing loads quicker. If you're finding that you're slowing down a lot with this, what I recommend is just practice those times tables anytime you can. Hit the button, all that good stuff. All right. So anyway, sorry, I went off my spiel. 8 times 3 is 24. Put my 4 there. Carry my 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus the 2 is going to be 8. And then 3 times 1 is 3. So that's 384. Next, I'm going to do this here. So I've got 7 tens, which is the same as 70 times 128. And again, just to make sure that I remember my answer needs to be 10 times bigger, straight away, I'm going to put my 0 here to hold the place. Okay. So now I'm just working with the 7. I've made it 10 times bigger. 7 times 8, 56. So I'm going to put my 6 here. Carry my 5 over. 7 times 2 is 14 plus the 5. That's going to be 19. Put the 9 there. Carry my 1. And then 7 times 1 is 7 plus the 1 is going to be 8. So the answer there is 8,960. Sorry, that should have been within that square there, shouldn't it? Should we do it again? Why not? Okay, final step is I'm going to need to add them together. 4 and 0 is 4. 8 and 6 is 14. The 4 here, carry the 1. Now, if you're like me and you've carried underneath, just make sure you've got room. If worse comes to worse, and if you've got things that have been carried over into where you were going to put your answer, you could always put your answer down at the bottom, okay? Anyway, 9 and 3 is 12. Add the 1, 13. And then I've got 8 that I'm not going to add anything to. So I believe the answer is 8,344. Okay. Right, another one you ready for? This time I'm going to ask you guys to do it, okay? So, Bill the baker has received the order for 142 dozen muffins. Yes, that was my order, and I'm keeping them to myself. There are 12 muffins in a dozen. So he's got 142 lots of 12 muffins. How many muffins does he have to bake? Before I go ahead, tell me what the number sentence would be, have a go, and then come back to me. Okay, so again, you know, if we wanted to highlight that off, we've got 142 dozen, 12 muffins in a dozen. How many muffins? So how many? There we go. So hopefully again, it's exactly the same as last time. We've got 142 times 12. Yeah. So we've got 2, I'm going to start with the ones. 2 times 142. So 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 1. Next one, I'm doing 10 because it's in my tens column, the 1. 10 times 142. So I'm going to put the 0 there. And again, to be fair, I know my 10 times tables. You just add a 0 to the end of the number to make it 10 times bigger. So I know it's going to be 1,420. Yeah. And then finally, add it together. 4 add 0 is 4. Oop. 8 add 2 is 10. Carry the 1. 4 add 1 is 5, plus the 1 is 6. And then we got the 1 at the end. So the answer should be 1,604. Right, got a couple more examples to go through here with you. So the next one I've got is a word problem. We've got a departure board here. Lara says that the area of the check-in zone is twice as big as the area of the information board. I'd hope it would be bigger to fit more people in, but hey. So it's twice as much. So what is the area of the check-in zone? Well, firstly, I'm going to need to know what the area of the information board is. And then the clue there is that the check-in zone is twice as big. Sorry, I meant to highlight that. Think about, while I'm doing this, think about what that might mean you need to do. So 4 times 5, 20, carry my 2. 4 times 6 is going to be 24, plus the 2 is 26. Carry my extra 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus the 2 is going to be 14. So I'll carry that there and pop that over. Sorry, this isn't very neat. I'm trying to rush a little bit. I need to calm down. Right. Next bit then, I need to do 9 10. So 90 times 365. Put my 0 to hold the place. 9 times 5 is 45. Carry the 4. Like I said, apologies, mine isn't particularly neat. 9 times 6 is 54, plus the 4 be 58. And then 9 times 3 is 27, plus the 5 is going to be 32. So we pass that over. Now we've got 32,850 there. Final step, add them. 0 add 0. 6 add 5 is 11. 4 add 8 is 12, plus the 1, 13. 2 add 1 is 3. And we've got 3, add nothing else, 33,310. Remember, we're not quite done there because the area of the check-in zone is the question and the area of the check-in is twice as big. What do you think I'll need to do? Hopefully you've said double or multiply by 2 to find out the area of that. So we've got 33,310. Now, if you can do that mentally, I think that's great. If you need to write it out, that's fine. I know that 33,310 times 2 will be 66,620. So the area will be 66,620 centimeters squared. Don't forget your measurement at the end there, guys. Really, really important. Let's just check that I've got the right answer. Oh no, Mrs. Elmore made a marvellous mistake. That's probably because of my messy workings out. Hopefully you guys did much better than me. All right. Right. Final thing I'm going to do then, I'm going to skip that bit because we are running low on time. I've got here for you some fluency questions. It's multiplying a 3-digit by a 2-digit number. Okay, you can lay them out exactly like this. If you want to copy out exactly, that's fine. Have a go again, depends on your confidence. If you're really unsure, I would suggest having a go at 4. Check the answers, have a go at the other 4. If you're feeling confident, maybe choose a couple, maybe the couple that look trickiest, and then move on to our problem solving and reasoning that's on the website. Okay, so have a quick look, pause me. When you're ready to check the answers, play ahead. All right. Okay, here we go, troops. Here are your answers. So check. The good thing is you'll be able to see what each step the answer is. So if you've made a marvellous mistake, hopefully you can spot it. Unlike your pal, Mrs. Elmore, that got the last one wrong. Okay, right. Have a lovely, lovely day, guys. Good luck with this. I look forward to seeing you for some maths tomorrow. Bye-bye.